Article 14, equality before law. The state shall not deny to any person equality before the law or the equal protection of the laws within the territory of India. So this is the mandate of Article 14 कि every person should be equally treated actually. If we say it in easy words, what it says? It says every person in the country should be treated equally by the state. This is the direction to the state, not to the individuals. This is the direction to the state that every person shall be treated equally, meaning thereby Article 14 gives you right to equality. In this article there are two phrases we have read it, equality, that equality before the law and the equal protection of the laws. ये हम लोग समझ चुके हैं. अब हमने इसमें आगे देखना है कि भाई अगर इक्वलिटी है तो इस इक्वलिटी का मीनिंग क्या है कि कोई क्लासिफिकेशन होगा ही नहीं. वेदर वी आर सपोज टू ट्रीट एवरीवन इक्वली इररेस्पेक्टिव ऑफ हिज कंडीशंस और कैन बी क्लासीफाई देम. क्या इसका मतलब हम ये निकालें कि हम इन जो स्टेट है वो आंखों पे पट्टी बांध ले और ये माने कि वो सभी लोग एक समान होंगे, या इसका मतलब ये निकाला जाए कि जो व्यक्ति इक्वली सर्कमस्टेंस हैं उनमें इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट हो. तो अगर हम लोग लिटरल मीनिंग पे चले गए राइट टू इक्वलिटी पर कि इररेस्पेक्टिव ऑफ अदर फैक्टर्स स्टेट विल ट्रीट एवरीवन इक्वली, then actually that will amount to inequality. Suppose a state is organizing a race, अगर कोई रेस ऑर्गेनाइज करनी है and you are participating in that race and someone disabled by unfortunately polio infected person is there नहीं ना, स्पेशली एबल्ड इनको बोलते हैं हम लोग, दिव्यांग बोलते हैं इनको, तो क्या वो भी उस रेस में हिस्सा लें आपकी तरह से? क्योंकि अगर हम लिटरल मीनिंग पे चले जाएंगे तो इट मीन्स व्हाट कि सभी लोग भागे एक साथ. तो क्या ऐसे लोगों के साथ इनइक्वलिटी नहीं हो गई? या ये होगा कि जो दिव्यांग लोग हैं, जो इस तरीके की जिनके पैरों में प्रॉब्लम है, उनके साथ इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट किया जाए, उन सिमिलरली प्लेस्ड लोगों को उनमें रेस कराई जाए अलग से और उनमें देखा जाए कौन नंबर 1 कौन 2 आता है. सिमिलरली रेसलिंग का कोई कंपटीशन है, वहाँ पर क्या हम ऐसा सोच सकते हैं कि जो वुमेन और मैन को दोनों को उनके लिए अलग अलग टीम ना बना करके उनमें रेस करवाई जाए, कंपटीशन कराया जाए, या इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट फॉर द ऑल वुमेन्स एंड ऑल मैन? ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. विद इन मैन कैन ए पर्सन ऑफ अंडर 18 years be equally treated with the other persons? जो आपने देखा होगा जो ओलंपिक्स हैं उसमें भी क्या होता है, 50 kgs 60 kgs अलग अलग वेटेज के अलग अलग उनका बनाते हैं वो कि उनमें कंपटीशन होगा. वो क्यों होता है? दे वांट टू गिव इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी टू इक्वली सर्कमस्टेंस पीपल. अगर वो इक्वली सर्कमस्टेंस को देना चाहते हैं इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट, मीन्स व्हाट? इट मीन्स दिस कि दे आर classifying the persons now. They are making groups and subgroups. Group of persons for 55 kgs. Second group between 55 and 60 kgs. Like this. So they are grouping the society. In India, you see there are mountainous region, there are desert region, there is plateau, forested region. अब सपोज वन पर्सन हु इज ए ट्राइबल, ही हैज बीन डिवॉइड ऑफ ऑल द फैसिलिटीज देयर, ही डिडंट गेट द बेसिक एजुकेशन, लेटर ऑन गवर्नमेंट प्रोवाइडेड सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ फैसिलिटीज, देन ही एनी हाउ ही वॉज एजुकेटेड, एंड नाउ यू आर इन Delhi getting every facility. Can you think कि both of you are equal now? If we want to bring equality amongst you and those, we will have to give some support to those tribal communities. But within the community, law should be same. If there is any competition, उल्टा कर देते हैं they are supposed to be very very good in the competitions of तीरंदाजी बोलते हैं ना उसको, क्या आर्चरीज, बट यू मे नॉट कम्पीट विद देम. अब उनसे आप कंपटीशन कराएंगे, और एक तरीका ये है कि जो कंपटीशन है विद इन दैट कम्युनिटी में कौन नंबर 1 आएगा, तो उसको हम कहेंगे दे आर इक्वली सर्कमस्टेंस पीपल नाउ. तो क्लासिफिकेशन इसका मतलब ये नहीं है, आर्टिकल 14 का मैंडेट ये नहीं है कि इन एवरी सर्कमस्टेंस यू विल हैव टू सी एवरीवन with equal sense. It means, in the words of Jennings, Dr. Jennings, equality before the law means that among equals the law should be equal and should be equally administered, and that like should be treated alike. It means what? If the people who are earning up to 5 lakh, up to 2.5 lakh, they should be treated alike, no tax. Now we are making a next group, those who are earning up to 5 lakh. Now they all should be treated alike. उसमें ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि I am taking 5% tax from the Muslims, I am taking 7% from the Hindus, and I am taking 10% from the Christians. This should not happen. They are equally circumstanced, law should be equally applicable to all. I should not say this is. Now what can be there? Because for some special reasons our society, women's needs special protection. They needs to be encouraged. We need for the equal society, then we want that women should be promoted to work outside. Therefore we can say what? We can group here some rules, special rules for the women. They can be, if I am taxing a man after 2.5 lakh, so we can exempt the women up to 3 lakh. Up to 3 lakh, no tax. In case of man, up to 2.5, tax. No tax, and then there is tax. So यहाँ पर हमने grouping की, but there is a reasonable nexus between the grouping. हमने जो grouping की है वो जो ऑब्जेक्टिव है कि हम चाहते हैं एक इक्वल सोसाइटी में है जहाँ पर मैन एंड वुमेन आर ट्रीटेड अलाइक नाउ, उसकी तरफ एक दिस इज ए फर्स्ट स्टेप, दिस इज वन स्टेप टुवर्ड्स दैट. तो इफ यू आर ग्रुपिंग देयर शुड बी सम बेसिस फॉर दैट. तो इट इज नॉट सो कि इक्वली यू कैन नॉट क्लासीफाई द सोसाइटी, यू कैन डू क्लासिफिकेशन. क्लासिफिकेशन इज परमिटेड बाय सेक्शन 14 बाय इट्स वेरी नेचर. इफ यू वांट टू ब्रिंग इक्वालिटी you will have to classify. अगर आप इक्वलिटी चाहते हैं तो आपको वो क्लासिफिकेशन करना ही होगा, अदरवाइज दैट विल अमाउंट टू इनइक्वालिटी. यू प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. इफ यू आर state is trying to hire for some military purposes, military persons, got it? Now उसमें आप भी पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं, पंजाबीज भी करेंगे, हरियाणवी भी करेंगे, राजस्थानी भी करेंगे, ऑल यहाँ से करेंगे सब. उनका थोड़ा बॉडी बिल्टअप हाइट वाइज दे आर गुड पीपल. नाउ इफ समवन फ्रॉम नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया, उनके वहाँ रेशियल उससे, बिकॉज वहाँ पर स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ हाइट है दैट इज कंपेरेटिवली लेस, तो दे कुड नेवर कम इन टू द आर्मी इफ यू मेंटेन सच काइंड ऑफ, suppose you fix it at least 5.6 height should be minimum there, they cannot be inducted into army. It means what? By making a rule and apply it uniformly throughout the India, you devoid a particular community. अब कैसे होगा फिर? You will have to classify it, you will have to give some exemption for the north eastern people, and then you will have to find out certain where they can be adopted, on which border they can be adopted suitably. I am just giving example. See, now there is a welfare fund, and contingency fund में use करना है उसको. अब now suppose needs of the Maharashtra are different, needs of the Rajasthan are different, needs of the Uttarakhand are different. You cannot adopt a similar pattern for distribution of assets everywhere. these are border states, Uttarakhand, Jammu Kashmir, Bihar, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam. So there they have to spend funds on other factors also. Cutting point. So you cannot say कि we will treat everything, everyone, every state, every citizen at equal parameter, because that will amount to inequality in itself. So therefore Dr. Jennings has said that like should be treated alike. Like means the persons who are half blind should be alike. Persons who are blind totally, all blind persons should be treated alike. They should not be competed with other persons. If some persons are disabled by one leg, they should be treated alike. Alike should be treated alike. Alike should be treated alike. अब बात समझ आई क्या हुआ? Among equals the law should be equal. Among equals means those earning 1 crore per annum. All persons earning 1 crore per annum should be treated alike by your tax laws. You cannot say he is Ambani, I will take 20% tax. He is Hinduza or other group, I will take higher tax from them. No, you cannot do so, because all are equals, then you should equally treat them. But they cannot say कि you are taking 5% tax from Shafali and you are taking 25% tax from me, because her circumstances are different. She earns only up to 5 lakh. You are earning beyond 50 lakh. So you cannot expect same treatment as given to her, because you are not equally circumstanced here. Now take the example of Vidhi. Here equally circumstanced means those who have taken admission in this batch. Now what equality demands? Equality demands that I should treat everyone equally. That's fine. But now suppose here one student come before me who has some rural background, it appears that he has not done his LLB as is expected. So I may have to give him some extra classes. एक ग्रुप बनाना पड़ेगा, सब ग्रुप में भी I may form sub group. So that will bring that equality actually, to bring him at par with you guys. So that will not amount to inequality. So mere classification doesn't mean it is against the concept of equality. I hope that now you have got this concept. Now once you have understood that Article 14 permits classification, then we need to understand the second step. What kind of classification? Whether is there any test for a valid classification? Yes, there is a test of classification, and that is what? Test of reasonable classification. That classification, you can classify. Classification is permitted, but that should be reasonable classification. Your classification should be reasonable, it should not be unreasonable. Now third question arises, next step. You may say it is reasonable, you may say it is not reasonable. So there should be some objective test for this. कि आप किसको reasonable कहें? For someone it may be reasonable, for someone it may not be reasonable. Then what should be the test of reasonable? For someone even the AC at temperature 18 it is reasonable. For someone at 23, 24 it is not reasonable. Then what should be the test? There should be some criteria to test the reasonableness of this. There should be some test for this. And what is the test? That is the test of reasonable classification. Now when can you say the reasonable? Again, there are two parameters for this. Say this, to see it in better way, this is. Now what is the test of classification, reasonable classification? This is the classification must be founded on a intelligible differentia. On what? Intelligible, and you will have to remember this term. आपको ये term याद करनी पड़ेगी. What is this? Intelligible differentia. And what is this? Which distinguishes the persons or things that are grouped together from others left out of the group. This is the criteria by which you are grouping the societies. You are making one group, leaving others. तो जो ग्रुप का जो डिफरेंस है उसके वो किस बेसिस पर है वो? Which distinguishes means if I am saying all persons who are aged above 35, so I am making a group of 35 plus persons now. Getting that? For example, for the purpose of appointment to the HJS, Higher Judicial Services, minimum age is 35 years and maximum is 45 years. Meaning thereby you are focusing on a group between 35 and 45, leaving others out. So this is the criteria. Intelligible differentiate क्या हो गया? Age group of 35 to 45. Age group of 35 to 45 is the intelligible differentia here, which distinguish the persons or things grouped together. They are grouped together now, 35 to 45 persons. The persons between the age of 35 to 45 are grouped together now. They are considered eligible to be higher judicial services, to join the higher judicial services, and others are left out. So there is a one group. So this is the age criteria, is the intelligible differentia. Second, what is the eligibility? Everyone must be having minimum experience of 7 years as an advocate. So experience as an advocate of 7 years is an intelligible differentia, because it is distinguishing you from others. It is distinguishing you from others. Getting this point? So this is intelligible differentia on the basis of which one group is formed and other are left out. So I hope you got the idea of intelligible differentia. What do we mean by the intelligible differentia? So for the purpose of reasonable classification, there must be intelligible differentia. The basis of division, the basis of differentiation, the basis of classification should be intelligible. Means it must go to your mind. Your mind accepts this. Suppose if for the purpose of HJS exams, if the criteria were you must have done some social work in the villages, is it the criteria? No. Got it? See, so intelligible differentia होना चाहिए. Second step, the differentia must have a rational relation to the object sought to be achieved by the act. Means rational relation to the object sought. In case of higher judicial services, what is the objective? We want judicial officers having experience so that they can tackle the higher kind of difficult kind of cases like murder trials, session trials. So we need some kind of experience. So experience is having a rational relation. Experience of 7 years was an intelligible differentia. On the basis of that you segregated. 7 years experience, 35 years. 35 years means age of maturity. If you are dealing with a trial of murder in which you can punish someone for life, you must be mature enough. So there is a rational behind this selection. समझ में बात अपनी? तो criteria of 7 years experience and 35 years, ये तो हुआ rational differentia. And whether it is having a relation, object क्या है? हमारा ऑब्जेक्ट है वी वांट एक्सपीरियंस मैच्योर पर्सन्स टू बी सिलेक्टेड इन HJS. Therefore there is nexus. Now suppose had it been the case कि फॉर द सिलेक्शन ऑफ HJS व्हाट इज द रिक्वायर्ड कंडीशन कि दे मस्ट बी हैविंग वेरी गुड हेयर स्टाइल, they must be confident enough to wear jeans with some cuttings, so they must have something extraordinary fashion guts. So is it, we can group them, but it is not having rational relation with the object. Object is to finding suitable persons for the judicial services. Now suppose karo intelligible difference is same, the persons having a confidence that he can took off her shirt anywhere, it may be a criteria for the selection of a model. In modeling industry it can be a, you may misfit there, other may fit there. So it is the, see what we have, there may be some intelligible difference here, but it must have rational relation to the object. What kind of object you want to achieve? If you want to achieve some object, उससे रिलेशन होना चाहिए आपका इसमें. आई होप यू आर गेटिंग दिस पॉइंट नाउ. आई गिव यू वन सेम. ऑन द वन हैंड देयर इज अ पर्सन who is having such kind of confidence, he can wear any kind of dress, he can go anywhere, he is very confident in that guys. So on that basis, if such persons are grouped together for the purpose of selection as a models, so that criteria can be a good criteria for the modeling industry, but same kind of criteria becomes irrational for the purpose of selection as a judicial officer. So there both things, for classification there must be intelligible difference here, one, and secondly it must have rational relation कि जिसके बेस पर हमने ग्रुपिंग की है उस पर होना चाहिए. तो these are two criterias. First, so what we understood first, Article 14 gives you right to equality, but secondly, because of its inherent nature of right to equality, it is necessary that there may be a classification, but classification should be reasonable, and to be reasonable classification test is this: there must be an intelligible differentia, and that intelligible differentia must have a rational relation to the object sought. So this is all about the test of reasonable classification. This is, you can see this, these are two things. This intelligible differentia is the basis of the classification. इसके बेस में आपने क्लासिफिकेशन किया है, and that is the object of the act. The act which is dividing you, उसका ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, and there must be relation. This arrow shows there must be a relation between these two. There must be a nexus between the basis of classification and the object of the act. Suppose I give you one more example. For the purpose of selection of as judicial officers, now there is a condition, assume a condition, only the girls with minimum height 5.7 can appear in this exam, or 5.6 can appear in them. Is it those who may qualify it may be happy, those who are not? But now can it be an intelligible difference in this case? No. For what do you need for the purpose of a good judicial officer? For the purpose of becoming a good judicial officer, what do you need? There is no nexus between the height and the qualities for a judge. To become a judge, what do you need? You need very good knowledge of law, your concept clarity of law, your mental bent of that thinking, that is required, not your height. So now same criteria, differentia, you differentiate it on the basis of height. That can be a good relation nexus if you are selecting for someone for the post of air hostess. If you are appointing someone for air hostess, you can say okay, at least we need tall girls here, because there is some criteria for that industry. So the differentiation का जो फैक्टर है, जो बेस है, उसका आपके ऑब्जेक्टिव से एक रिलेशनशिप होना चाहिए. दिस इज ऑल रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द टेस्ट ऑफ reasonable classification.